Hello, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where I'm playing Planetbase, the outer space building and economy simulation game where you land on various different planets and you try to set up viable colonies. So currently I'm going through what's called the Dark Moon Challenge, where I land on a planet and I try to recruit 300 colonists to come out here. I'm outside of the normal trade routes, so I can't take advantage of any trade ships, which means that any resources or equipment that I need to either drill it out of the ground myself, produce it out of my own biodomes, process and manufacture it. That's it. The only help that I can get is manpower. Everything else has to be me. So I've recruited some engineers and some workers, and we're focusing on expanding the base. And so I'm trying to get up another processing node for metals processing that will allow me to put up another biodome, while at the same time trying to put in a, there we go, we have refined enough bioplastic for another medical cabinet. We have quite a few traumatic injuries. That's starting to be a concern because we're going to need medical supplies, and I don't have a lab yet to process those. So that's something I have to think about very shortly. In fact, since I don't have a place to connect a lab to, I may end up recycling this sickbay, putting a lab in its place, and then connecting another sickbay. Because it looks like we're going to need to have a laboratory sooner rather than later. The amount of injuries that are consuming all of our medical supplies may demand that. Yeah, look at that. We have 2 injured people, we have 2 medical supplies, that's it. We don't even need this cabinet. It's going to get recycled in a moment anyways. Okay, good. That other metal processor is up, which means that we're going to start to pull in ore. Now, once we can set up a robotics bay to put together drill bots, the bots don't get injured. They will work until they die. Workers, on the other hand, run the risk of being injured, and that's why we're going to need a laboratory very soon in order to be able to handle things. Okay, we need 4 metal. Okay, there's another one. It's about to be produced. Yeah, we have no starch. But all the bioplastics are in place and ready to go for the new biodome. Even with the landing pad disabled, we're still having problems with power. Yikes. Meteorites say hello. They're like, did you forget about us, Joe? And I'm like, no, I promise I did not forget about you. Please don't kill my colonists. Okay, we have no medical supplies at this point. So this sickbay is worthless. Might as well recycle it now. least we're doing a good job of metal processing. It looks like everybody is working at the moment. Good grief, I wanted to put up another biodome, but I'm thinking that what we might actually need is more power collectors and another solar panel before we do that. I'm worried about how much additional power this is going to consume. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and shut this down since it's not doing anything. Uh-oh, we are low on food. Well, I guess we did add a lot of people. Crud. We're under a lot of pressure here. I need to get this finished. Okay, what are we pending? Just 2. Good, and we have 2 processors running. One just completed, which means the next one that finishes, then the biodome will be ready to go. I guess we expanded past the point that 4 pads could feed people, so what we'll probably do is shift all the food production to the large biodome. I'll get pads up there as soon as I can get it put together. Oh, what am I doing? I could get the materials from this sickbay. Instead of waiting for the final ones to be made, just grab them. Go, guys. Plus, we'll have bioplastics there that we'll be able to use for putting up the pads. This will keep everybody from starving. Oh, another traumatic injury happened. Now I'm concerned about the power draw. Let's see, are these set to? What I'm looking at here is that as these get to 100%, I'm going to recycle them. So I'll let them give out their generous bounty, and then they are done. Now I'm not going to recycle this area because, like I said, I'm going to need it for medicinal pads, but I would like to get it shut down because power is going to be a problem until we're able to put up another solar collector and more power collectors in order to keep the base powered. So I'd like to, until such time as I can get this taken care of, I want to go ahead and idle it. Okay, see, this one's already done. This one's about to be done. So as they are harvested, then we go ahead and recycle them and basically move production here to the big dome. This allows all the biologists to stay in the same area and work. You know what? Maybe I should go ahead and recycle this darn thing. I have room for a medicinal pad here. Yeah, power storage. It's going to become a problem. That's why I want to get rid of these. And then this is the last one, the radish pad. Okay, that's that. Yeah, see, this is why I want to get rid of this structure. Yikes. And a little hello from the meteorites. We're not going to wait. Recycle. I don't want that structure taking up any power. Okay, first things first, let's see about getting some more power collectors up. Then once they're in place, we'll see about putting up another solar panel. Okay, we may have to deal with one more night of unreliable power. go ahead and we'll put this up first. Yeah, and this is critical enough that I'll go ahead and I'll take the loss. We'll recycle the landing pad, use the metal in order to get the solar panel up. We lose one metal in the transfer, but this is important. Okay, at least we're at good. So the biologists are keeping up with the new pads, and so the expanded biodome is doing okay. Alright, you know what? Let's go ahead and we'll cancel this. I would like to have this panel up. Whoa! This is going to be bad. Which direction are they going? Oh, good. It was just passing by. If it had womped through the base, that would have been it. The RNG would have killed me. Darn it. These power problems. Yeah, we have to fix this. I was hoping that they would have that in place and the engineer would have had that panel assembled before the sun came up. Now, of course, this metal piece is going to sit here and make it impossible to put up a power collector there. Because I can't build on top of a piece that's sitting there, and they're not going to move it until they have either a storage dome or a construction site to take it to. Alright, well, another night of unreliable power. Delightful. We also probably should expand our berthing here in the dorm. It makes me nervous to have so many people in here with the meteorites coming down. We still don't have any meteorite defense. I need them to move these bioplastics out of the way so that I can put in a lab. Plus, it's getting to the point where we're not going to be able to keep up with meal generations with just one meal maker. So, okay, good. Finally, we're starting a day with 2 panels and 4 power collectors, so we should be able to get some decent power this time. Although I shimmed down all the stuff that used to be here, I guess our Planeteers still see it as though those structures are in place, and so that's why they seem to be going up in the air and climbing things that don't exist, because they don't see it as that I shimmed all this stuff down. That's funny, I've never seen that happen before. Yes, I know, we've run out of medical supplies. Okay, now we can finally start to see about putting up a lab. And we are going to shift meal making production over here to this larger canteen. So this will be strictly seating. This will allow us to process meals faster. Yeah, don't be sad, I'll get the TV back. There we go. Still the only entertainment on this planet. So that way this canteen basically becomes kind of like a vendomat. Yeah. What is this guy just standing out here for? Is he stuck? If you're hungry, why don't you come inside? I hope that he's not jammed there. For some reason, he can't figure out a path to come back inside. Probably some kind of quirk. It's gonna kill my engineer. Yep, sure enough. Just stood there and died. Thanks, Planetbase. So what happened here is that since I shimmed down these various different structures that were on the surface, because originally it was all built up with garbage, the Planeteer couldn't see a path and is seeing things that aren't there anymore, and got confused and just stood there and died. Which, unfortunately, that death affects the status of the colony. People are like, hey, wait a minute. You know, yep, see, it now reflecting. It's like, you let somebody die. What's wrong with you? And status of the colony is like going down very fast as a result. Plus, I've got traumatic injuries that are not being addressed because we don't have any medical supplies to address them. All the workers are getting injured in the mines, which means once they're injured, they can't do any work until they're healed, but we have no medical supplies to heal them and no sickbay to heal them in. So I'm trying to put up a lab in order to use the medicinal plants we have. Oh shoot, I don't even have a landing pad. I was going to say I could recruit some more workers to fill the gap until such time as we could get the injured workers taken care of, but because the status of the colony is bad, nobody's going to want to land in this dump. Gotta wait for more starches to become available before I can have the bioplastics I need in order to finish this place. Well, you know what? Here, let's be bad. We'll recycle some bunks. That's our supply. This will at least get the lab up and going. In fact, we're gonna have to do some more recycling in order to get the lab going. Now, the good thing is that the biologists have been keeping up with everything. So let's put up another wheat pad. We need more starch. And they're doing a good job. But we've got to have bioplastics in order to complete these constructions. Okay, here comes the lab. Okay, the lab will start to produce medicinal supplies as soon as the lab station goes up. And now to put back a sick bay. So sick bays are dead ends, so that's why we wanted to have that out here first. Might as well go with the big sick bay. At this point, this has been enough of a fiasco that I want this to be the last one that we build for a while. All right, the workbench is up. Now, the workbench requires a medicinal plant and a bioplastic in order to make a medical supply. And that bench will get priority for the medical supplies first. Oh boy, look at all the traumatic injuries. The problem is that as all the workers get injured, that means no one's available for the processing plant. You know what? Speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and turn the mine off. Oh, yeah. All right, mine shut down. This way, the one worker who is not injured, because it looks like, oh, good grief. Well, that was a near tragedy. I think I've mentioned that it's a terrible thing if it were to hit the dorm, especially if it was full of people, then the challenge is over. RNG may just kill me yet. Got very lucky there. Okay, so I've closed the mine, which is the source of all the injuries, and I'm just going to have them working in the processing plant for now. That way we can process the ore and the starch that we have into the materials we need to put up the sick bay. Oh, the bioplastic's going to the construction of the sick bay first before it goes to making the workbench. As well, stocking the workbench with supplies it needs to make medical supplies. That makes sense. That is what we need. Yeah, there's so many injured workers that are not being productive right now. On the plus side, we have plenty of food. So, food insecurity issues have been dealt with. The 2 meal makers are keeping up with the production needed to feed everybody. We've got plenty of seating so that everybody can eat all at the same time. We've got enough berthing. You know, we recycled some of the beds, but there's enough to keep up with the people we have. They have to sleep in 2 shifts. Big deal. please don't hit a solar panel or a power collector. Ooh. I've actually seen a meteorite land right on a colonist before, too. It's only happened once since they run around, but it has happened. Okay, the sickbay is up. Now, sickbay needs a bed. And then after the bed's up, we'll be able to start processing. Well, you know what? Here, we'll go ahead and shut it down. The sickbay is not doing anything until medical supplies are available. So we'll let the bioplastics go to feed this station, and we can start work on, there we go, and there it is. So now we're getting our medical supply made. So our one and only station, I mean, we'll expand this lab here in the near future as we get more materials, but at least the one lab station is operational. But we only have one medic to do everything, so he's probably going to get tired and go rest. He probably won't finish that one and only medical supply, at least not initially. You know what we do have is we've got extra metal. We could put the landing pad up and recruit some more medics. We'll need them in order to run the lab. Okay, you know what? Well, maybe I should put up a starport. Oh, but the starport requires at least a landing pad. It's kind of like the dorm. You can have a cabin, but you have to have a dorm first. This guy's staying on task. Oh, but yeah. He got tired and didn't finish it. Let's see, what is our base? Well, we're considered decent. Maybe we can get another sucker to land here. Although, let's make our landing permissions. Oh, well, we can't alter them while we don't have a pad. Oh, here comes the pad. We could use a medic, but we could also use another worker as a buffer until such time as we can get everybody helped. Also, I have to start thinking about putting up a factory. I want to be able to make more robots, but... well, of course, to make more robots, we have to have semiconductors, and again, we need a factory. And especially like some meteorite defenses. Ah, good, a ship's landing. What have you got for us? Please, nobody unpleasant. Good, we have another medic. Oh, and we have a medical supply. Let's go ahead and activate the sickbay. We'll have to take the bioplastic that we have and put it onto a bed, but at least there's one medical supply unit to put in there. And then we can see about creating a cabinet. That will allow us to begin stocking medical supplies in the sickbay. Okay, well, first come, first serve. First person who lays in the bed can see about getting treated. Now, currently we are producing starches from these wheat pads, which are kind of slow to produce. Whoops, no, we're not recycling. I was thinking it's time for a faster producing pad. So we'll put up a pea pad. I mean, so far the biologists have been able to keep up with everything, so let's go ahead and test and see if they can handle that. Come on, we've got 2 medics. Can someone please attend to this patient? Oh, wait a minute. We don't have medical supplies. Okay, good. More medics. Alright, so we should be able to, as long as there is supplies, we should be able to keep that workbench going, producing medical supplies. And that's why we need that pea pad, so that we're producing bioplastics faster, since they will be consumed by the workbench. Also, here, let's go ahead and, let's see, where is it? Oh, requires a factory. I was going to say, I was going to set some manufacturing limits. We don't want all the bioplastics consumed by the lab. I was going to set a threshold and say, we'll keep, say, 10 medical supplies on hand at any given time. Okay, good. There we go. Finish another one so we can go ahead and get that patient treated and back to work. Uh-oh, water is an issue. Well, we did add another pad, and I'm guessing water production goes down during the night. So let's see. Whoa! And a little how do you do from the meteorites. It's like, what's up, guys? There we go, yeah. And water production goes up during the daytime. So we're still okay. And the meteorites want us to remember that meteorite defense is very important. And I should really think about that. Which is another reason why I need a factory. Alright, well, it's time for a factory. Now, I'm not going to connect the factory to the lab here, because then the lab relies on bulkhead space around its perimeter in order to be useful, and I want to maintain as much space as I can so that the lab can be expanded. So the lab will just be a straight through that goes to the sick bay. As it produces supplies, they go to the back. The lab will also be able to make some meat products, since we're doing okay on food for now. I'm not that worried about it. Although it looks like we might be at our limit. I might have to recruit another biologist. Oh, we might be at our limit on the water too. Well, in that case, oh, the water tower's connection got hit. We'll need metal in order to fix that. we are officially out of spares. So now the factory is very important. Oh, and we're also out of ore. So we need the workers to get back in the mines and start producing. Okay, we're going to recycle this drinking fountain. That way the fountains can move here into the vendomat, for lack of a better term. So this doubles the amount of water that is available to be consumed by the colonists so that nobody goes thirsty. Yeah, the colonists are still dealing with this phantom ridge, which isn't actually here. And we had a colonist that died because they couldn't figure their way out of here. I didn't like that. I have to admit that I've never seen that kind of a pathing error before. Normally I shim down the various different land features and the colonists are fine with it. I've never seen it where they refuse to accept that the thing has been taken out and are still walking around as if it's still there. Gotta wet the whistle there. Okay, good. We've got one spare medical supply in case we have a traumatic injury. Now the mine is back to work. Yeah, maintenance here is going to become an issue. Got to get the factory up making spares. Unfortunately, the factory is also going to be a consumer of bioplastics, so although we want to feed the workbench, we also have to feed the factory. Whoops. Nope, nope, nope. That's my phone telling me, it's like, Joe, it's time to wake up. I was like, well, I woke up early today to play Planetbase, so I'm good. Yikes! Oh no, we lost a medic. At least we only had one death. It was probably going to happen eventually. Well, I mean, we've had one engineer who died because they got lost, and one medic who died trying to get a meal. At least we have a spare medic. Well, on the plus side, we have vacancies. We can recruit some more people to come on down here. Oh, good, and we have spares, so we'll be able to keep the solar panels going. Let's see, what are we set to? Well, we could use some more medics. Let's see what we get. Is that a medic? Yep. Alright, so we're good on medics. Let's Let's go back to preferring workers. We are going to need them. Oh, we also lost an engineer, so you know what? We'll set it to 50-50. We'll need more of both. The engineers will be important as we get things up and running to be able to run things here in the factory, and then later with the robotics facility. At this point, the next structure we probably need is a storage dome. In order to avoid having things clog up in different places, like we see one spare has been used, the other spare is still sitting there, and we've got metal in there, but we can't jam in another bioplastic until such time as they decide to pull it out in order to service things. Oh boy, we got engineers and workers. Okay, good. All right, let's shut the pad down. We want to avoid expanding past our ability to generate food and provide comfort to our colonists. Yeah, speaking of pathing, even though we have metal, nobody seems to be bringing anything to this connection that I'd like to put up. They can't figure out how to get there, I think is what it is. Thanks a lot, Planetbase. I'll just give up on that, and instead, since I need to have a storage area, we'll go ahead and make the connection that way. There we go. This they can figure out. Okay, good. And we're building up enough medical supplies to where this cabinet is full. It's time to put up another cabinet. The biology team is probably at their limit. Yeah, we need storage. Sitting here gritting my teeth every time I hear these meteorites coming down. I'm like, oh, stay away from the base. Once we have a storage dome, it'll help to unclog all these various different processes that are just backed up with things at different points. This way, ore doesn't sit on the surface waiting for space in a metal processor. It just comes inside, and then it gets taken care of when it gets taken care of. All we can do is wait, so give it a little time here. On the plus side, since the factory is up and producing spare parts, we don't have to worry about dying because the solar panels broke down or something. fact, it's looking like we could probably use another solar collector, or power collector. Because it looks like these will be just about topped off. Yeah, all this is pending is bioplastics. I probably need to think about putting up another extractor for water here very soon. We're probably right at our limit as to what the extractor is capable of, just as, like I said, the biology team is at the limit of what they're able to keep up with this large biodome. But we need more! I need to put in another bioplastics processor, which means more vegetable pads producing starch, which means I need at least one more biologist. Everything we do requires bioplastics. So here, let's see. So we'll say we absolutely need biologists. Come on down. Oh, I say that, and they're just now getting caught up with everything in here. But here we go. Let's see. Ah, good. 2 more. All right. Shut the pad down. Now let's see. What are we going to put here? A couple of rice pads. Here's a nice bioplastics processor. Okay, there's semiconductor manufacturing. As we put up more manufacturing, whether it's the lab or in the pads in the factory, our need for consumable bioplastics and metal grows. And that's why I'm trying to expand the amount of starches that we produce and what we can process in the processing plant. Eventually, we'll outgrow the processing plant we have, and when we put up a new one, I could put it over here, a new larger one. That way it's closer to where these items will be consumed. Okay, I'm looking forward to this storage dome coming online soon. Come on, there's starches to be processed. We need those bioplastics. They put the bioplastic for the connection before putting it for the dome itself. Honestly, guys, priorities. Well, at least there's another bioplastic finish, so this will finish off the dome, and the dome can be assembled and connected at both points. Hopefully that's an engineer that's bringing it. If not, then we'll have to wait for an engineer to be dispatched to actually do this work. Nope, of course it isn't. What was it, a worker? Honestly. The heck are you anyways? I guess I'll never know. But at least it's getting done now. Okay, it's up and getting pressurized. Oh, speaking of being pressurized, oh, okay. The oxygen generator generates enough oxygen for 30 people. We are currently at 23. I'm gonna have to start thinking about putting in another oxygen generator at some point. Because it's not just the number of people on the base. There's oxygen loss. It's not that much, but it's enough through each airlock. So the more airlocks you have, the more oxygen goes, well, out into space each time the airlock is cycled. And he tries to reclaim most of the oxygen, but I don't know how many people that is equivalent to. Oh, good grief, meteorites. At least now we're producing bioplastics sufficient that semiconductor manufacturing is getting forward. Or I should say going forward. Because once we start to have semiconductors, we can start building bots. Our only carry bot has long since died, so that's why our bot total is 0 and we have 23 colonists. Our first priority will be to create drill bots, because that will free up the workers to work in the processing plants and will end the scourge of traumatic injuries. Oh, you know what? Now that we have enough biologists, we can start setting up meat processing. Now, I saw a comment in one of the videos where someone's like, wait a minute, how are they creating meat out of nothing? It's like, well, I would assume that they brought cell cultures with them that in turn are used to make meat products. So there we go. So we're doing beef, pork, and chicken, one of each. I don't know that it actually makes a difference. I think originally it was intended that Planetbase would have specific recipes for each product, but I think they ended up ultimately leaving that out. So it's just kind of a little fun thing to have. So I like to mix them just in case. Since we have wheat and potatoes and lettuce and everything else, I'd like my colonists to be able to enjoy burgers, but they need to have the meat products in order to be able to do that. Because right now, yeah, let's see, we have salads and basic meals, and I'd like them to have more complex foods in order to stay healthy. There we go. And since our dome is up, that frees up a lot of space. All the things that were clogging the system at various points can now get start to be dumped in the storage dome. It looks like we're doing okay for metal. What we still need, though, is bioplastic, so we have to catch up on our bioplastic processing. Good. So we have a semiconductor put together already. want some meteorite defenses. But I'm thinking of risking putting up a robotics facility first. Of course, I say that, and the meteorites are going to hit me and kill a bunch of people. The good thing is that once we have a couple of drill bots ready to go, then they'll be able to, like I said, take up space in the mines that will free up the workers so they don't have to go in here. And once we have 3 or 4 bots so they can just continuously be in the mines, it'll keep the workers out of there so that all they do is process. Oh, and now that we have a factory, we can set manufacturing limits. Let's go ahead and say that we're going to produce a maximum of 10 medical supplies. That should be enough. As for spare parts, also we'll set that at 10, and semiconductors we'll set at 10 as well. Whoops. And bots, well, we always need bots, so we'll leave those at infinite. Effectively, what this does, it ensures that the factories and the lab only consume the resources they need in order to meet their production quotas. But then after that point, they stop and release all of those materials to other places like the robotics factory, so that other structures can consume. Otherwise, they would just run away, making things forever. And I know that different structures have different levels of priority in terms of who gets what supplies. I don't know which one's higher. I guess I should actually look that up sometime. I suspect that the factory and the lab probably have a higher priority than, say, a robotics bay does. But that's just a guess. Okay, good. We have 3 semiconductors, so we are ready to start building drill bots. After we start to have some bots, then, well, actually, not there. Here, right over here. Then we'll have bot auto repair. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll consume 2 of them in order to make the little auto repair station. This will allow the bots to hop up there and get serviced whenever they need to. Need drill bots. Well, you know what, on second thought, speaking of production limits, for drill bots, we'll stick with, oh, I was going to say 6, but it's either 5 or 10. So we'll say 10. Constructor bots, 5. Carry bots, we need more carry bots. What this allows me to do is that I could have a station for each type of bot, and again, they'll make up their production quota and then stop. So drill bots have priority since we have humans in the mines, and we want to get them out of there. Also, I'm thinking about meteorite defenses very, very much. Which means I have to have telescopes, I've got to have meteorite lasers, which means more semiconductors and a command center in order to be able to target and fire on them. Or, well, control center. It doesn't have to be a large control center. See all the fine how do you do's from all the meteorites. Yeah. So once the control center is up, I'll be able to start putting up telescopes, and then the final thing will be the meteorite lasers themselves. And then as long as I can keep the defenses manned, then we should be able to protect ourselves from all this crap coming out of the sky. After all, we've had one colonist death attributable to meteorites already. I want to avoid having any more. Okay, we'll power it down because it's not ready to actually do anything. But we do want to get it connected and start seeing about putting up those telescopes. Whoops, oh. I was tabbing out to take a look at something real quick. Alright, well, I'm thinking that this is a good spot to end this video here. Join me next time here on Joe Superfantabulous PC Gaming Channel as we continue with the Dark Moon Challenge, as we're trying to get 300 colonists out here. Now, it seems like I'm not recruiting a lot of people at the moment, but that's because I'm getting the infrastructure going. I really need to have like all the basic services before we can start expanding properly, because otherwise we could end up in a situation where we expand very quickly, but then everybody starves to death. I've done that before. I've learned the hard way. I'm trying not to kill the colonists as much as possible. I mean, we've already had 2 deaths, one from pathing stupidity and one from meteorite. So I'm trying not to go backwards. We only want to go forward if we can. So join me next time here on Joe Superfantabulous PC Gaming Channel for more fun with Planetbase. So go ahead and save my spot here, and I will see you next time.